So, welcome back, everyone. Today, I would like to introduce to you my first book. The table of content of my first book. There's 12 chapters in the book, so let's just get to it so you can have an idea as to what's inside the book. Also, I'm going to be uploading the whole book as I will record. Since I wrote the book on the computer, I will record from my phone and you guys can see the content of the book um, as you pause the video, and there might be a link to download the video on YouTube, so you can do that. Now, Exploring Divine Goodness, it's the title of the book. Revealing the Goodness of God, a journey of faith and understanding. So, chapter 1 is exploring the nature of God's goodness. Each chapter has three parts: the essence of God's goodness, understanding God's attributes, and unveiling the mystery of divine goodness. Those are the three parts within chapter 1. Chapter 2 is theological foundations of God's goodness. First part is God's goodness in sacred scriptures, philosophical perspectives on God's goodness, and the role of divine providence in demonstrating goodness. Chapter 3 is God's goodness in creation, the majesty of the universe, divine order and harmony, beauty and purpose in every detail. Chapter 4 is the goodness of God in human experience, life, breath, and consciousness, human dignity and inherent worth, God's guidance and provision. Chapter 5 is God's goodness in times of suffering, understanding the problem of evil, divine comfort and strength, and the transformative power of trials. Chapter 6 is God's goodness and the gift of salvation, the ultimate expression of love and grace, redemption and forgiveness, eternal hope and life in Christ. Chapter 7 is God's goodness in divine intervention, miracles and supernatural acts, providential care and divine timing, answered prayers and God's faithfulness. Chapter 8 is God's goodness in relationships, love, compassion and mercy, community and fellowship, and restoring brokenness and reconciliation. That's chapter 8. Chapter 9, God's goodness and moral guidance. It's the title of chapter 9. Divine laws and commandments, justice, fairness, and equity, the moral compass of God's goodness. Chapter 10 is God's goodness and hope for the future, the promise of a new heaven and earth, God's goodness in eschatology, hope, anticipation, and eternal joy. Chapter 11 is responding to God's goodness, gratitude and thanksgiving, trusting in God's goodness, reflecting God's goodness to others. And then we have chapter 12, embracing God's goodness in every season. So that is it for those chapters. I would like to read the introduction to the book for the ending of this video. or at least let's read a paragraph, and then that'll be it for this video. Throughout the book, revealing the goodness of God, we will embark on a comprehensive exploration of the inherent goodness of God. We will delve into theological, philosophical, and experiential dimensions to develop a profound understanding of the divine nature. So that's very good. I'll read another paragraph. Our journey begins with an introduction, setting the stage for our exploration and preparing our hearts and minds to grasp the depth and magnitude of God's goodness. We will then lay the theological foundations, drawing from sacred scriptures and philosophical perspectives to unveil the essence of divine goodness and the role of God's providence. We're not going to have the scriptures written in the book, so just letting you know ahead of time. Moving forward, we will examine how God's goodness manifests in creation, marveling at the intricate design, order, and purpose evident in every aspect of the universe. We will also explore the goodness of God in human experience, recognizing the gift of life, dignity, and the guidance and provision God extends to humanity. Although suffering often raises questions about God's goodness, we will address the problem of evil and uncover the transformative power of trials, discovering how God's goodness sustains us through even the most challenging times. We will then shift our focus to the gift of salvation, understanding how God's goodness is revealed through love, grace, redemption, and eternal hope in Christ. So those are just some of the things we're going to cover here. Because the book does get very extensive as it goes, so this is just an introduction to the book. And let me just read you another paragraph. Divine intervention will be a key theme as we explore miracles, providential care, and the faithfulness of God in answering prayers. Examining the importance of relationships, we will discover how God's goodness is expressed through love, compassion, mercy, community, and the restoration of brokenness. Okay. Let me read you the last two paragraphs of the introduction to the book. We will also investigate in the moral guidance provided by God's goodness, understanding the divine laws, justice, fairness, and equity that flow from God's very nature. Looking toward the future, we will explore the hope and anticipation rooted in God's goodness, contemplating the promise of a new heaven and earth and the ultimate fulfillment of God's goodness in eschatology. In the concluding chapters, we will reflect on how to respond to God's goodness, fostering gratitude, trust, and a desire to reflect God's goodness to others, which is important. Finally, we will leave readers with a renewed understanding of God's goodness in every season of life, inviting them to embrace and experience the profound and transformative power of God's inherent goodness. And that is the introduction to the book. So that's it for the video, guys and girls, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So, um, if you like the content of the book, stay tuned for more. We will be uploading the book on YouTube, so you can download the video and have it in your computer or your phone. You can read that occasionally, come by and read a chapter or a paragraph during your day or in your mornings or at night. And of course, we will be making videos on the book as well. And we are working on the second book uh, about overcoming adversities and the strengths that one must have in order to overcome adversities. So, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below on your thoughts, what you think about the book or the content in the book so far, the table of content, and let me know how you're looking forward to it and if you are going to download the copy, because YouTube has a download button. I haven't yet used it, but hopefully it's free. If it's not free, you're going to have to figure that one out. Or simply videotape it on your own phone when the video comes out, or onto your computer or something. So, if not, you still have it online and you can watch it online and read it online. And we will be covering a few subjects uh, on some videos coming up next in the near future. So, thank you all for watching, and God bless you all very much. And I will see you on the next one.